Trump Peace Prize and Trump Peace Academy. For generations, the Nobel Peace Prize has been presented as the world's highest honor for peacemaking. However, its legacy is marred by questionable, politically driven selections and a fundamental contradiction. It is named for Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite. This flawed institution has failed to recognize true, results-oriented peacemakers, creating the urgent need for a prize that genuinely honors the real peacemakers and teaches their proven ways of making and achieving peace around the world. In light of this, and in recognition of President Donald J. Trump's historic and successful peacemaking efforts, I propose a twofold initiative to honor and build upon his legacy: the creation of the Trump Peace Prize and the establishment of the Trump Peace Academy. First, the Trump Peace Prize would be an annual award bestowed upon global leaders who demonstrate exceptional courage and effectiveness in brokering peace, following the principles exemplified by President Trump. Funded by an international endowment from peace advocates worldwide, this prize would become the world's most prestigious symbol of results-oriented peacemaking, honoring those who achieve tangible peace rather than just discussing it. Second, the Trump Peace Academy would be a unique scientific institution dedicated to studying and teaching the science and art of the Trump Doctrine of peacemaking. It would offer tuition-free programs to aspiring diplomats and peace advocates, codifying the strategies, persistence, and groundbreaking methods that defined his achievements. This ensures his successful approach can be understood and replicated by future generations of peacemakers. I propose that the headquarters for both institutions be established in a location of iconic significance, such as an existing or newly constructed Trump Tower within the United States. Together, the prize will celebrate the achievement of peace, while the Academy will teach the world how it was done. Donald J. Trump's key peace initiatives. Donald Trump's peace efforts span both his first term, 2017 to 2021, and his second term, 2025 to present, involving treaties, ceasefires, and diplomatic mediation across multiple regions. Below is a comprehensive list organized by term. First term, 2017 to 2021, key peace initiatives. U.S.-Taliban Peace Agreement, 2020. This landmark agreement established a framework for the phased withdrawal of all U.S. forces from Afghanistan after nearly 2 decades of war. In exchange, the Taliban guaranteed to prevent terrorist groups from using Afghan soil and committed to entering intra-Afghan peace negotiations. Serbia-Kosovo Economic Normalization, 2020. Brokered at the White House, this agreement focused on fostering economic cooperation to build a foundation for political stability. It included commitments to create new air, rail, and road links, aiming to normalize financial and trade relations between the two long-standing Balkan adversaries. North Korea-South Korea Summits, 2018 to 2019. President Trump engaged in unprecedented personal diplomacy with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, holding 3 historic summits in Singapore, Hanoi, and the DMZ. These direct meetings successfully reopened high-level dialogue, significantly reducing military tensions and initiating discussions aimed at denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Israel, UAE, and Bahrain Normalization, the Abraham Accords, 2020. This historic diplomatic breakthrough, later expanded to include Sudan and Morocco, established full diplomatic, economic, and security relations between Israel and several Arab nations. The accords fundamentally realigned Middle Eastern politics, fostering regional cooperation and opening new pathways for trade and tourism. South Sudan peace monitoring support. The Trump administration provided crucial diplomatic and financial backing for the 2018 revitalized peace agreement to end South Sudan's civil war. This support involved applying pressure on rival factions to adhere to the terms and supporting international bodies monitoring the fragile implementation process. India-Pakistan de-escalation, 2019. Following a dangerous military escalation triggered by the Pulwama attack, President Trump personally offered mediation to both nuclear-armed nations. His administration engaged in active diplomacy with leaders from both sides, successfully urging restraint and facilitating communication to de-escalate the immediate crisis and avert wider conflict. Ethiopia-Eritrea Peace Encouragement, 2018. The Trump administration actively praised and diplomatically supported the historic 2018 peace agreement between Ethiopia and Eritrea, which formally ended 2 decades of conflict. U.S. encouragement included offering political and economic incentives to help solidify the deal and enhance stability in the Horn of Africa. Gaza ceasefire pressure, 2020. During violent flare-ups, envoys from the Trump administration exerted diplomatic pressure on both Israel and Hamas to restore calm. Working alongside regional partners like Egypt, their efforts focused on pushing for compliance with existing ceasefire terms to prevent the situation from escalating into a full-scale conflict. Hostage negotiations. A central diplomatic focus was securing the release of American citizens wrongfully detained abroad. Through direct negotiations and leveraging diplomatic relations, the administration successfully brought home dozens of Americans from numerous countries, including Venezuela, North Korea, Russia, and Iran, making it a signature foreign policy success. Second term, 2025 to present. Active peace efforts. Armenia-Azerbaijan Peace Accord, 2025. Signed at the White House, this historic accord formally ended the brutal 37-year Nagorno-Karabakh conflict that began in 1988. A key provision established the Trump Route, a strategic trade and transit corridor fundamentally repositioning the U.S. as a key economic and strategic partner in the South Caucasus. Israel-Hamas ceasefire agreement, 2025. Brokered in Egypt, this comprehensive agreement established a phased truce that included the creation of secure humanitarian corridors for aid delivery into Gaza. The deal mandated a comprehensive exchange of hostages for prisoners and called for an international monitoring force to oversee long-term stability. Thailand-Cambodia border truce, 2025. Signed in Kuala Lumpur during the ASEAN summit, this U.S.-brokered truce successfully resolved long-standing and often violent border disputes between the two nations. The agreement included the establishment of joint monitoring teams and the withdrawal of heavy weapons from contested areas to build trust between the two nations. Malaysia-Cambodia Strategic Peace Pact, 2025. Signed alongside the Thailand-Cambodia deal, this complementary pact was designed to bolster regional security and economic integration. It included provisions for enhanced defense cooperation, intelligence sharing, and economic normalization measures aimed at creating a more stable and prosperous Southeast Asian bloc. India-Pakistan Border De-Escalation Framework, 2025. Following a dangerous military escalation, President Trump intervened to broker an immediate ceasefire and establish a formal framework for dialogue. This U.S.-backed initiative led to a mutual reduction of troop presence along the line of control and a renewed commitment to diplomatic talks. North Korea-South Korea Communication Pact, 2025. As part of a renewed diplomatic push, this pact restored and enhanced critical communication channels between North and South Korea. The agreement reopened military hotlines and established new joint monitoring mechanisms to prevent accidental clashes and build a foundation of trust for future negotiations. Russia-Ukraine Ceasefire Framework, 2025. Through a series of high-stakes negotiations, the Trump administration secured a ceasefire framework aimed at halting hostilities in the war between Russia and Ukraine. This initial agreement was designed as the first step toward a diplomatic off-ramp, opening channels for a more permanent political resolution. Venezuela-Colombia Border Stabilization, 2025. The administration facilitated direct talks to address rising instability and paramilitary activity along the shared border. The resulting agreement focused on demobilizing armed groups, cracking down on illicit trade, and formally reopening key trade routes to restore economic activity and enhance regional security. South Sudan Peace Implementation Protocol 2025. Building on previous agreements, this U.S.-brokered protocol introduced stronger enforcement mechanisms to resolve outstanding border and resource-sharing disputes. It included new international guarantees for humanitarian aid access, reinforcing the commitment to lasting stability between the two neighboring nations. Rwanda-DR Congo Stabilization Agreement 2025. Trump-era diplomacy secured a landmark stabilization agreement to resolve severe tensions between Rwanda and the DR Congo over the M23 insurgency. This breakthrough addresses a brutal conflict spanning over 30 years that has killed more than 5 million people, one of the deadliest wars since World War II. The agreement established a monitored ceasefire and a framework for withdrawal of forces, aiming to finally end the long-running tragedy.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm proud to share details about a groundbreaking initiative that honors real-world peacemaking and equips the next generation to carry it forward. The Trump Peace Prize and the Trump Peace Academy represents a bold new chapter in global diplomacy, one rooted in results, not rhetoric. These institutions will celebrate leaders who broker peace and empower future diplomats with the tools to replicate that success. Any questions?
What is the purpose of the Trump Peace Prize?
The Trump Peace Prize is designed to honor global leaders who achieve real, measurable peace, not just through words, but through action. It recognizes those who follow the proven, results-oriented model of President Donald J. Trump's historic peacemaking efforts. This is about celebrating courage, strategy, and success in ending conflict and building stability.
Who will establish and operate the prize and the academy?
The Trump Peace Prize and the Trump Peace Academy will be built and sustained by a global coalition of volunteers, peace advocates, and citizens who believe in results over rhetoric. These are people who understand that peace is not a slogan, it's a strategy. Their passion and commitment will drive the mission forward.
How will the prize and academy be funded?
Funding will come from an international endowment supported by private donors, philanthropists, and peace-focused organizations around the world. This ensures the institutions remain independent, mission-driven, and free from political manipulation. The Academy will offer tuition-free programs, making it accessible to the next generation of peace builders.
What is the annual value of the Trump Peace Prize?
The Trump Peace Prize will award $1 million annually to its recipient, along with a gold medallion and global recognition. But more than the money, it offers something far rarer: credibility. It honors those who actually stop wars, broker peace, and change the world.
Isn't this just a competitor to the Nobel Peace Prize?
No, we're not here to compete. We're here to correct. The Nobel Peace Prize is named after the inventor of dynamite. The Trump Peace Prize is named after a man who stopped wars. We don't make explosives. We make peace. That's the difference.